Story time, and this story is so amazing that it's been turned into a movie. In 2010, Stephen Donald, aka the Beaver, was back in the All Black squad. He was selected on the bench against Australia and came on late only to miss a penalty, a tackle and a touch finder, and Australia won that game 26 points to 24. It was the All Blacks' only loss of the whole year. Paul Beaver had become public enemy #1 in New Zealand, and after returning later that year after the autumn series, his All Blacks career was over. Or was it? Fast forward 11 months and New Zealand are playing in a home Rugby World Cup. They haven't won the Rugby World Cup since 1987. It's now 2011, but they are the favourites. They have the world's best number 10, Dan Carter. But Dan Carter goes down injured. How does Stephen Donald come into this? Well, he doesn't yet. This is a chance for Colin Slade to step up, and Aaron Cruden as the third choice 10 is now in the squad. If New Zealand fans weren't panicked already, they were panicked now, because Colin Slade then goes down with an injury and is ruled out of the World Cup. Aaron Cruden now steps into the 10 shirt for the All Blacks. He was the third choice number 10, but for backup, they need the fourth choice. The All Blacks are now having to call upon their fourth choice fly half, which is Stephen Donald. So they give him a call. He doesn't recognise the number, and plus he's out whitebait fishing. Of course he is. They eventually get hold of him, and he doesn't believe them. He thinks they're winding him up. The coach finally gets hold of him and convinces him that this is all real and that he is in fact on his way to a Rugby World Cup. But he is told that he will only sit on the bench and will only be used if completely necessary. Stephen Donald is now sitting on the bench for the World Cup semi-final, and in that semi-final, New Zealand beat Australia. Aaron Cruden, who was starting at 10, actually had a pretty decent game and kicked a drop goal. New Zealand are in a Rugby World Cup final, a home Rugby World Cup final against France. Stephen Donald is on the bench, and surely New Zealand wouldn't have a third fly-off go down with an injury, would they? Yes, after 30 minutes, Aaron Cruden picks up an injury, and guess who's coming on the field? Cometh the man, cometh the hour, here comes the Beaver! 2 weeks before, Stephen Donald is whitebait fishing on his fishing boat. He's now playing in a World Cup final. The score's 5-0, and he slots a penalty at 46 minutes to make it 8-0 in a shirt that is at least 2 sizes too small for him. A minute later, Thierry Dusatois scores a try, but New Zealand hang on to win their second World Cup, their first since 1987. Final score 8-7, which means Stephen Donald, aka the Beaver, the fourth choice fly-off, the fisherman, kicked the winning points and single-handedly won New Zealand that Rugby World Cup, and will go down as one of the greatest players to ever play for New Zealand. Okay, did I over-exaggerate there a little bit? Possibly. Will he go down as one of the greatest All Blacks to ever play the game? Probably not. Will he go down as a World Cup hero? 100%. What a story, and what an absolute legend. I salute you, Stephen Donald.